Okay, so one of the interesting conversations, which this might be
Yeah.
outside of this discussion, but I've started to see it is I know Facebook got in trouble. I mean, they're getting in trouble for a lot of stuff right now, but they got in trouble for really faking impressions like early on, like they're and you wonder why like these ads are not working the way they should. Like I always went back to like, are they showing them to the right people?
Yep.
Right? Because they need to get they're trying to hit spin numbers, right? So they keep expanding it out. Google does the same thing. I saw a study recently that compared uh, running ads on the Google platform
Yeah.
versus using like a DSP or something like that to buy ads for you of the target audience set.
Interesting.
Because Google is showing, I mean, you're paying like a percentage to run through the DSP, but if you took the same dollar amounts, right, and go, well, I'm getting 12% more just doing Google and I'm not using the DSP, what's going to be the result?
Yep.
The results from this study, again, like I don't have all the details and don't quote me on it, but it looked to be really, really accurate that Google was serving ads to properties that benefited them more than benefited the user. And they had a limited inventory. So like they're forcing things that are not the best use of your money. And if you have more inventory to select from and you kind of lock in who you're trying to reach a little bit tighter,
You'll
you're
always
gonna get you're gonna get better targeting, right? Like it was kind of like you knew the setup, but it's so true, right? And I feel like, I mean, now to your point, measuring LLMs, like
yeah.
different use cases, like when I see an LLM and I'm like, oh, we're in Claude, I'm like, oh my gosh, like people are stealing all our stuff. Like, like that's what I think. Like, but like you all of these different channels, right? Or AIs, people are going to have different relationships. And I think the battle is like, which one's going to own, like, which one's going to be the one that is the one that everyone uses. I don't care
It might
what
not
people,
matter though. It might that who knows? I think there will be a lot of evolution. That might be like saying you have to pick one social media channel to market across, right? That these might be use case specific.
well, yeah, but so this is what I would tell you. These AIs store, okay, ChatGPT, for example, they came out and said they're going to remember, like, I think like it's like government surveillance, whatever, but like they're going to, every single thing, just if you're listening, look in the terms of use, every single thing you put into ChatGPT, they're keeping forever. I don't know if everybody knows that. So if you're listening, that they came out and said that, not so like FISA warrant, whatever. Like, so just know that if you're using ChatGPT or you're using Codex, every single thing you do is going in that. Now, then you got people, Andrew, that are taking open source LLMs, putting them on their own servers, air gapping it, like all their data is not leaving. It's not getting processed because anything you put in any of these tools is getting processed off site. So I think Anthropic, it was 30 days at one point. I don't know what they changed it to, but they clean all the data every 30 days unless like you store it. But perpetual memory, like memory is a big conversation. I feel like around these different AIs and how it recalls information and like the rag pulls and all that. So what people are finding that are using these tools, that are consumers, not builders in these tools, is they're getting really comfortable with one AI because it knows them and it learns them, right? And they're comfortable with the interface and they know how to use it. I mean, I feel like I know people that are jumping around between different tools,
Yeah.
but the people that are not in the marketing space, like I would consider just straight consumers,
Yeah.
they've started to use one tool.
They've adopted.
And right. And they get comfortable with that. And like, even there's like little debates on like, well, I like Claude better and I like ChatGPT better. And then they're like talking about how they like it better, but no one's tried the other one. And I feel like there's ingrainment in that interface. And the more things you plug into it, right, and it gets better data, the switching costs become harder, right?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
right. And so, I mean, again, like we don't know what the future holds. Like, who knows? Like, I mean, we don't even know if there are aliens yet or not, right? But like AI, like I would tell you that I think the battle, honestly, is who builds the best consumer tool that everybody has an AI that they filter everything through because it knows them so well and it helps them make decisions. I mean, you're even seeing kids, and like, don't talk to it like a human. And like, I mean, it's causing like all kinds of things, bad things to happen. I think that there's going to be a trusted agent, like, or whatever that you're working with,
Yeah.
that is your primary like assistant that you filter everything through, which of course you could build some advanced things that plug in and grab the different models and all that. And there's a tool out there, guys. I think it's called Poe. I don't really use it, but it grabs all the different LLMs and you can ask it a question if you're using it just as a chatbot, not like as a development tool. But um, like, I just think people are going to have their go-to and they're going to filter everything through it. So if that, I can tell you right now, I was looking at, to buy something on Amazon or whatever. And I was like, screenshot it, put it in there, look at the reviews, like do some additional research.
Figure this out. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me this and tell me if there's something else that that I'm missing. And then it was like, oh, well, you're wanting to do this. Like it was like a supplement or something, right? It was like, you're wanting to do a gummy, like that might not be as whatever. And I was trying to decide between these like mushroom gummies or whatever, right? And then it basically is like, no, you need a capsule, and then these are the brands, and then these are the like
Yeah.
I was down this path, and like these were like
through that like consideration phase.
Yeah, like I was there, and then it just pivoted me to go like, no, you didn't think about these things. You need to figure out, and then these are the 3 brands that you should select from, and here are the links. Like that user journey, like, because you're okay, going back to LLM visibility, like if you like, how did I get prompted with that question? And then it represented this and someone answered it. And then these 3 brands answer that question the most effectively and had the most reviews and like whatever else, that it got shown to me, provided me links. And then I bought something over here that I wasn't even thinking about. Right. Yep. Like that's the world that we're trying to measure.
Well, and think about how much of that journey sat on one surface, to your point of like it sat, whereas the fragmented like digital customer journey, yes, you still transacted on Amazon or wherever you ended up purchasing, but pretty soon that transaction will also be able to take place with the AI buying on behalf of the shopper. So I think about, I think about how long the customer journey is going to be on one single surface. So is visibility is not the right question. And that there will be so many use cases built into one channel. Yes, visibility will always matter, but you will have to figure out how to stay visible. You will have to figure out how to, as you get into consideration and you get into competitive comparison and return policies, you'll have to make transacting easy. When you think about like currency across, a bunch of different models in different markets, where you have context on the shopper and pricing promotions in different regions, like this stuff gets very complicated. And we know the drop-offs we see in conversion and engagement when you do those things wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, relevancy is going to be a big component, but you're right. Visibility honestly doesn't matter. It's like, at what stage of the buying process are you at? Correct. And now here's the thing, to have the work is what was done to make that recall happen the way it happened. Right. Like, so that's where all the like invisible work comes in. What was I going to say? You were talking about something and I was like, man, I need to write this down, but keep going and I'll think of it.
But that is where I think the challenge becomes exponentially harder, because we're not optimizing for one click and then owning that experience on our site. It's very multifaceted.